All right, we are recording. So this is going to be basically a Zoom that talks about KPI list, what it is, how to find it, how to make sure that you print it out and that you're doing it every single day. And that way you can do all of the things that it takes to be successful in this business. The KPI list, KPI stands for key performance indicators. And basically what that means is it's just the list of things that we do every day so that we can grow our business. So I will pull up the KPI list right here for you. Give me just 1 second. This is what it looks like. One sec. Okay, my computer isn't loading, but I'll go ahead and talk about some of the things that I want to talk about first while I'm getting this pulled up. So one thing that I want to talk about is the waking up in the morning. Okay. So some of you have jobs, some of you go to school, some of you have kids, some of you don't. So if you are able to put in the chat, what do you do? Are you a mom? Are you a stay-at-home mom? Are you a work out of the home mom? Are you a wife? Like, what all do you do? Give me all of the details. Okay, stay-at-home mom, we have a college student, online college student, nurse, stay-at-home mom, work 9 to 5, stay-at-home mom, full-time hairstylist. Okay, love it. So there's so many different types of people. So what my goal is to teach you what I do and then allow a lot of the other leaders to kind of give you some of their tips, because we've got some stay-at-home moms, we have some working moms, we have some people who are college students and don't have any kids, but they have like 3 jobs, and they're going to talk to you too. And we're going to go over what our schedules look like. So for me personally, when I first joined this business, I was working a full-time job and a part-time job and going to school full-time. Okay. So my life then looked so different than it does now. So whenever I started this business, I literally did not have any time at all whatsoever. So whenever I started, I had to find time, and a lot of it really came from the sleep that I was getting at night, right? Like I couldn't not go to school. I couldn't not show up to my job. So the one thing I could control was when I went to bed and when I woke up. And what I found was that a lot of times I went to bed really late at night thinking that I was like doing a lot of stuff that was productive, but really I just found myself scrolling on social media. Anybody else been there? And then I would wake up in the morning and I would sleep in until like my last alarm clock, and I'd get up and I'd get ready for work and I'd roll out of the bed and, go to my job or go to school, whichever I had that day. And I would just feel like crap because I was like, I didn't even get to do anything for myself this morning. I barely even got dressed. I didn't even get a shower, and like I didn't get breakfast, and I definitely didn't work my business. And so for me, it was making a priority and making a discipline to say, hey, I'm going to give up the things that I can control. I couldn't give up my job. I couldn't give up my schooling, and you can't give up your kids if you're a mom, but what you can give up is some sleep. What you can give up is the Netflix. What you can give up is the scrolling. And I'm not saying that you have to give up all of those things every single day, all the time, 24/7 to be successful. But what I'm saying is, are you willing to if that's what it takes? Because for me, I was willing to do what it took to be successful because I was sick of working 2 jobs. I was sick of going to school full time for a degree and a career that I didn't even know if I was passionate about it or not. I was sick of not having time. I was sick of missing my family, holidays. I was sick of missing vacations and not getting to go to birthday parties and all of those things. And I was still putting gas and groceries on credit cards. So for me, that drove me to say, hey, sleep isn't as important as all these things that I'm actually going for. So for me, that is still one of the biggest things that I have to focus on in this business, even though because of it works, I've been able to quit all my jobs. We've been able to pay off debt. This has been my full-time income for over 4.5 years now. So this has been such a big blessing, but my life didn't always look like this. Like, this freedom isn't what I came into this business with. This freedom was 100% earned because of the things that I did when my life was hard. Does that make sense? Anybody else willing to give up a couple of things in their life right now if they're like, hey, if that could be my life, or if I could at least have more options, if I could pay off some debt, if I could make $500 more a month, I'm willing to do that. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're like, yes, I'm willing to do it. So here's the thing. Your sacrifices are going to look different than mine. And they're going to be in a different capacity than mine will be. And that's why I wanted a couple different people to speak on here. But I'm going to tell you kind of what I do. So for me, like I said, now I get to do whatever I want. I get to wake up every single day. I own my own time. I can go on a vacation right now if I wanted to because I don't have to ask my boss if it's okay. That's the freedom I have because of this business. And I only tell you that to cast that vision for you to say, hey, that's what you have your hands on, is the opportunity to be able to do that if that's what you choose to do. If you love your job and you want to work it for the rest of your life, good, do that too. But do it to where that you have this business as an extra income so that you go to that job every day because you love it, not because it pays the bills. Wouldn't that be nice? That's what my husband does. He doesn't have to work another day in his life, but he loves what he does. So he goes to work because he wants to. He doesn't need to. He doesn't go because he's desperate so that we can pay a bill. He goes because he loves what he does. So wouldn't you want to do that too, right? So I'm not saying you have to quit your job, but I did because I was working as a waitress and then assistant manager at a retail store. Can I get an amen? I did not want to do that for the rest of my life, okay? If you've ever worked those two jobs, you're like, bro, heck no, I would not want to do that. So that's why I don't do that full time. I quit my jobs. So I wake up whenever I want to, but I've made myself disciplined to wake up early because everybody who's successful in this business or in the world, like, and if you talk to any millionaires and you ask them what time they wake up, they're going to say that they are an early riser. They're a morning person. And I'm not naturally a morning person. So this is going to be for the college kids that don't have their babies, maybe waking them up every morning, or maybe you're a college kid with a baby, but I want you to wake up before your family wakes up. Okay? That's my goal for you. So whatever that looks like, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, whether you work, whatever you do, wake up a little bit earlier. And I'm going to tell you what I want you to do when you wake up. But hey, Granger. He's like, this is my Zoom. Anyways, sorry, I got distracted by the cute baby. So basically, your waking up is going to look different, but I'm going to tell you what to do when you wake up, and I'm going to tell you why it's important to wake up early. Okay. Number one, obviously you're going to do what successful people want to do because success leaves clues. So if all these millionaires wake up early and I want to be a millionaire, what am I going to do? I'm going to wake up early. If you look at anybody who's gone to diamond and above, making about $2,000 a month with this business or more, they're going to wake up early. They're going to do those sacrificial things in this business to make it a priority. So if you want to make that money, you're going to do what they're doing, right? So something that I do is I set my alarm for 7 a.m. And I know that some of y'all are like, I thought you said you wake up early. Listen, dude, I don't have kids and I don't have a job and I could literally sleep in as long as I wanted to. So 7 a.m., that's early for me. I'm like, ugh, like that's why I don't have a normal job because I hate waking up early to go to work. But 7 a.m., that's early for me. So I get up early, but maybe for you, that's 5 a.m. And maybe that's what time you have to wake up to be able to do the things you need to do. So 7 a.m., I wake up and I don't check my phone. And that might surprise some of you because you're like, wait, I thought you were on your phone all day. No, I'm not, because I work really smart and I don't work hard. So I want to teach you how to do that tonight. So whenever I wake up, I'm not getting on my phone right away. I'm actually doing self-development immediately. So my phone's my alarm clock too. So I turn off my alarm, but I don't check my notifications. I put my phone on do not disturb at night, and I don't check my notifications until I'm done with my self-development. So what I personally do, you're going to have to take this idea and flip it to what's going to work for you. But I go ahead and jump right in the shower so that I can wake myself up. Remember, I said I'm not a morning person, so 7 a.m. is not a good time for me. So I get in the shower because that's the only thing I know how to do that early in the morning. It doesn't take any brain power. I just get in the shower, I wash myself, whatever. I get out, and as I'm getting ready, I'll do my makeup or I'll do my hair, and it might not be anything very special. It doesn't have to be like the whole shebang every single day because I am working from home. But also, side note, you're going to want to get on social media. You're going to want to take a selfie. You're going to want to take a picture of your coffee. You're going to want to get on your story and show your face if you feel put together. More so than whenever you're looking like a hot mess, right? So that's one thing too. Whenever I just want to jump on my story, I'm really quick to do that whenever I feel like I look good. Whenever I feel like, and you don't have to be put together or polished, but I'm saying you're going to be more likely to do that if you are. So while I'm getting ready, I'm listening to an Audible book on the Audible app. So it's a self-development book. If you've never done self-development, one of the books I want you to get to start out is called Secrets of a Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. And if you've never used Audible before, you also get this book for free. So literally download the Audible app, create an account, look up that book, save it, and then listen to it. And that's what I do for self-development, by listening while I get ready, while I do laundry, while I do dishes, while I'm in the car, whatever. So I'm listening to that throughout my day, and it doesn't take up any extra time. This is what I mean by working smarter, not harder. Okay. So far you haven't changed anything about your day, and you already did your self-development, and you woke up a little bit early. Okay. But you're doing all the same tasks that you normally would do. Now, once you listen to your self-development, you're done getting ready, I go in and I start my 6 list, or my KPI list. And I'm going to share my screen really quick and show you this. And show you what this KPI list is. If you've never seen it before, it's also available in your document library on eSuite, but my eSuite's being silly and it won't load right now. So this is what it looks like. So this right here, it says show yourself making or using a product on Instagram or Facebook. Okay. And then down here, do you see where it says post on your Instagram and Facebook about coffee samples? Okay. So those are 2 of your tasks that you do every day. Okay. So if one of your tasks is to show yourself making your story, are you going to be really likely to do it now and just hop on there and talk about your coffee, or at least like set your phone up and make your coffee, your skinny brew or your keto coffee, and you're going to show your face? Why? Because you're dressed, you're ready. You've listened to your self-development, you're filled up, you haven't checked your notifications yet, and you're making your coffee for yourself anyways. Maybe you're not a coffee drinker. You have chai tea, so you can make your chai tea in the morning. Find a product that you use every morning, whether that's the greens or your collagen or your hydrate. Even if you're not a coffee drinker, make something in the morning. I literally signed a customer today from a coffee story I made this morning. I make my coffee every single day, and he finally swiped up on that story. And it was like, hey, I'm interested in this coffee. How do I order it? Signed up on the spot. He's been watching my stories for a long time. So make sure that you're posting them consistently, and they don't all look the same every day. Some of them I'll be talking. Some of them it's just a video of the Keurig. Sometimes it's me making skinny brew. Sometimes, it's like music, or it's just different every time, but I always post about that. Now, here's how you can combine 2 of those tasks into one. If you're making your coffee in the morning and you have to post about samples, do it at the same time. So talk about it and say, hey, I have this coffee. It's awesome. It burns fat. It, helps my mood, and I absolutely love it. Right now it's on an extra discount because of the pick 2, pick 3. We have that discount deal going on. So you can say we have this extra discount deal. But if you're somebody who really just wants to try the skinny brew before you buy it, and you're not really sold on the idea, you really want to taste it first, I have samples for you as well. So vote on this poll below and tell me which one sounds best to you, and I'll send you some information. Boom. Okay. And you can say that, and now you just killed 2 birds with 1 stone. You just got 2 tasks done, and your poll can say that they want 30 for $59, because that's going to be a 30-day supply of the skinny brew with the pick 2 discount, because they get it for $59, because it's 2 bags for $59, because it's 2 15-day supplies. So 30 days for $59, or 3 days for $20, because that's how much we sell our samples for. If you haven't downloaded the sample app, go ahead and do that. That's where you're going to send those samples out. When you join this business, you get 7 sample credits already in there. So they'll just Venmo or PayPal or Cash App you the $20 for the samples. You'll send it out through that app by putting in their information. The company sends that sample to them, and then you check back in with them after 3 or 4 days, see how they're loving it, and then they sign up as a customer. That's the goal of the sample. It's not just so you can make a quick $20, it's so that they can eventually become a customer as well. Okay. So now you have done one thing today, and you just marked off 2 parts of your KPI list. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So if you haven't done that, you should. And then there's also just some slides that you can use for samples. If you go into Dare to Be Diamond and search October 11th, yesterday was Sunday night, we did a whole content planning Zoom. Some of you may have been on it. Some of you may not have been. If you were on it, tell me how much you love these content planning Zooms. This is our 3rd one. It was so good. And if you weren't on there, you can still search October 11th in Dare to Be Diamond. And when you do, you're going to see the different types of products or posts that we made up. And one of them is host to post ideas, but one of them is sample posts. So there are literally sample posts that the leaders have put on there for you to be able to copy and paste onto your page. Okay, so we have made this as easy as we possibly can for you to make this simple for you to be able to post about the samples. Okay, so all you have to do, search October 11th. There's a sample post for every single day. Copy and paste it. Use that picture. Use your own picture, whatever you want to do, and post about the samples. Or you can also do it in your story like I just mentioned. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen again. So I basically just talked about how we wake up early and we don't check our phone right away. We do our self-development so we can fill ourselves up before we pour out to other people, because you can't pour from an empty cup. And the third thing is we just made our coffee for ourselves, which we were going to drink anyways, but we just happened to set our phone up and record it, and we added a poll about the samples. So now we have done so many things for our business, and it's only at this point in my life, 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so that just takes me about an hour to do all of those things, to also do some like devotionals, and I'll journal a little bit too before I make my coffee. So this is about 8 o'clock in the morning. So now I'm going to share my screen. And the second one is make a post about your personal story. Okay. On the content planning Zoom, we also did multiple types of what are they called? Prompts, like journaling prompts, or like the writing prompts that you had whenever you were in school. Do y'all remember those? We made similar ones yesterday. Rachel Simpson created them for you to think of ways to write your story. But you can also search Dare to be Diamond for 31 days of posting. And there is a post idea of tons of different sample posts or ideas of posts that you can make based on that little template and that prompt, and you can write your story from that. So here's one thing that I want to talk about regarding writing your story. Okay, anybody ever felt like, whether you feel like that now or you felt like that before, put a 2 in the chat if you've ever felt like, I don't know what to share about my story because I haven't ever made any money yet. Okay, perfect. So here's the deal. This business is not all about money, and that's the cool part. Okay, this business is also about the encouragement, the friendships, the freedom, the things it's gonna do for you. Think about the things that you join this business for. I joined this business for gas money and grocery money. So even before I started this business and I started actually making money with it, I was already talking about what it was gonna do for me. I was already talking about the gas money I was gonna have because of this business. I was already talking about the groceries it was gonna pay for because of this business. So I didn't say it as if like, oh, I joined yesterday and I just bought a new Mercedes and I'm so excited, thankful for this business, hashtag it works. I didn't do that, okay? I started out saying, I joined this business. I have no freaking clue what I'm doing, but I'm so dang excited. And this business is going to make it to where I don't have to go into the grocery store anymore with that sinking feeling, wondering if my coupons were going to be expired, wondering if I was going to have enough money on my credit card, enough money with the limit to be able to purchase groceries on that credit card, or if it was going to be maxed out. And not knowing if I was going to be able to fill up my gas tank to get to the job that didn't pay me enough to put the gas in my car to get there. I talked about how this business was going to be able to pay for those things. I talked about how I was going to pay for my gas. I was going to pay for my groceries. You see, do you catch my drift? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not about what it's done for you. People want to follow someone who knows where they're going. So where are you going? What do you want out of this business? They care a lot less about what it's done for like me in the past. They want to know, what is it doing for you right now? What is this business doing for you? Like, what do you do now? And so you have to keep talking about those things it's going to do for you and casting that vision for where you're going. Because then I started claiming, I got the gas money and the grocery money. And then I started dreaming bigger. And I said that this business was going to pay cash for my college. I had a summer class that I had to pay for, and I had no way of being able to pay for that with the student loan, or because I couldn't get approved for one, and I didn't have the financial aid, and my parents definitely couldn't afford it. So I said, this business is going to pay for my college in cash. This business is going to pay for my college in cash. Just signed up another customer. I'm going to pay for my college in cash. Notice I hadn't done it yet, but I talked about it, and guess what? I did it. Not only because I had talked about it, and I, like Maddie said, I manifested it. I talked about how it was going to happen. People got on board and they wanted to support me just because they saw what I was going for. But then I did it. And instead of people being like, oh, cool, that's awesome, they were like, wow, we've been watching her journey for however long, and she actually did it. Like, she finally did it. Wow, like, that's really cool. And it's like them watching you the whole time you run the marathon, and they're cheering you on the whole time you're running the marathon, and you finally cross that finish line. They are the most excited for you versus somebody they're just like, hey, yeah, I just ran a marathon yesterday. They're like, oh, cool. See the difference? You want them running that marathon with you. You want them in the race with you. You want them on the sidelines cheering you on the whole time you're running your race, because then you're going to inspire them to go run a marathon too. And then they join this business with you because you inspired them to tell them what you were going to do, and you went out and did it. Okay? So you're also more likely to do the things that you write down. So if you're writing down every day, I'm going to pay, for college in cash. I'm going to pay for college in cash. I'm going to pay for college in cash. You're probably going to do it. If you say, I'm going to be debt free, I'm going to be debt free, I'm going to be debt free, you're probably going to be debt free if you're making all the right choices to do that as well. So talk about your story. Talk about what your life was like before this business. Maybe you had a great life. Maybe your life wasn't that hard. Maybe you didn't struggle with debt or have to put gas and groceries on credit cards like me. I think about Denise Walsh. She's a black diamond in our company. Black diamonds make $100,000 a month for 6 months in a row to be able to be called a black diamond. And I know, yes, I said months in a row, $100,000 a month for 6 months in a row. Her name is Denise, and she was a clinical psychologist when she joined this business. And her husband was a rocket scientist. Okay, so some smart people up in that family, and they were not hurting for money. They both have 6-figure-a-year jobs. But she joined this business because she just wanted to help people, and she couldn't do that with her job. So that's her story. Her story was clinical psychology was more about paperwork, and procedures than it was about actually helping people. But this business was what I wanted to do, and it was to help people. So your story doesn't have to be rags to riches, okay? It can be, oh, I just wanted to help people. I just wanted some more friends. I just wanted some people who encouraged me. That can be your story too. So talk about before this business. Talk about what it's done for you already. Hey, I just got off of a call with some encouraging people, and I feel so filled up. Never in my life have I been surrounded by so many people who just really cheer me on. And then talk about where you're going. Notice it had nothing to do with money. Talk about where you're going. But because of this business, I'm going to be making an extra income. Don't use dollar amounts. Be sure that you don't use dollar amounts, because you want to be sure that we're good with like the IDS and income disclosure statements, FTC, all those good things. But just say I'm going to be making an extra income from my phone, and it's going to be able to pay for this, this, and this. Right? Talk about those things. You don't think people are going to want to follow you? And here's the thing. So many people, if you're like me, you look at top leaders, because I know I did this whenever I was like a diamond and a double. I looked at top leaders and I thought, man, they have it so easy. If they just wave around how much they make every month, people are going to be like flocking to them and be like, yes, I want to do that. Or they just talk about, what they've been able to do. They have the Mercedes, they have the car, they paid off this debt, they bought this house. So they're going to be able to, pull in anybody that they want. No one's going to tell them no. Number one, that's not true. And number two, people still tell me no all the time. But number two, when people can't fathom making $200 extra with this business, and then we go off and tell them the average that we make, they don't even believe you, because their brains can't comprehend that. So don't for a second think like, oh, well, if I just made this amount, people would take me seriously. Or when I get to this rank, then I'll be successful. Because you have to be successful where you're at right now, or you're never going to get to that rank. Does that make sense? You have to own your space that you're in right now, so that you can share what you know, and you can share what you've done, and that's going to get those people interested. That's going to be inspirational to the people who are watching you that say, hey, I looked at the girl who I joined with, and she was making about $1,200 a month, and I thought if she can do that, I can make $100 a month. So it wasn't even the things that she was doing. It was like, oh, if she can do that, I can make a little bit. So it's not about the big money, the fancy house, the nice cars. People almost, oh my gosh, I can't talk, almost don't buy it. They're like, no way. And we know it's true, but they don't really get it. They can't fathom that you could do something like that from your cell phone. So you have an advantage to be like, I'm a full-time college student, I work all the time, and I'm making an extra couple $100 with this business, and I'm so excited about it. People buy into that. They can relate to that, okay? So don't think that you don't have an advantage or that you have a disadvantage. Okay, so that's sharing your story. So one thing really quick, the last thing I'm going to say about that, set these up ahead of time. Okay, because I don't know about you, but I don't have an extra 30 minutes a day to sit there and write a post out. And even if I did, I don't always feel inspired to write a post, right? I don't always feel like I'm like, if I was to get off work, I know, like, I used to get off work at midnight, and I had been working since 9 a.m. because I had 2 jobs. And I know I did not get off that job and think, oh, I'm really excited to write a post right now. I feel so inspired to write a post, right? But maybe on a Saturday where I just worked half of my job and I got to experience what it was like to have a half day off, and I want to be able to experience that all the time, I think about, oh my gosh, I want to write all these posts. And so I set up a couple of posts ahead of time for the week so that I can write those out, or they're already written out, but then I can just copy and paste them and post them to my wall. Right? It makes it so much easier. So that's why we have the content planning Zooms. If you're on my team, they're at Sunday night. On Sunday night, oh my gosh, sorry. I've been doing Zooms for 2 hours at this point, so my speech is just going south by the second. So they're on Sunday nights at 8:00 p.m. Eastern time. So if you can hop on those, definitely do. It's going to help you a ton. But if you haven't gotten on that, go look up the 31 days of posting in Dare to be Diamond and set up a couple of posts when you have a little bit of extra time. Set up some posts or whatever for your week, whether it's tonight or tomorrow or whenever, and just do that so that you don't have to worry about taking so much time throughout the day. So for me, posting takes literally 10 seconds the day that I do it because it's already written and made up for me. So show yourself, like, make a story using a product. We've already done that, right? We post about our story. We've already gotten that written out. So we're just going to go on and copy and paste it to our social media and put a picture with it. And then go to our Facebook friends list and pick 25 people. So you can sort on your Facebook friends list from newest to oldest, and I'll show you how to do that really quick. So this is going to take you 10 seconds, okay? This is not going to take you long at all. If you go to this thing right here, and you see where it says friends, then you can go to sort, see all. Oh gosh, sorry, this was really hard to do backwards. And then go to sort. Oh wait, that's friend requests. So sorry, 1 second. Oh, you go to friends and then all friends up here, and then sort. And then down here it says newest to oldest. So you want to do newest friends first. So these are the people that just accepted my friend request. So I'm going to go to this person's page and I'm going to go comment on one of their posts. And I'm just going to say, oh my gosh, that looks delicious. Where did you get this from? Right? And then they're going to respond back to me, and it's just me creating a relationship with them. That's what we do on social media. So that's not going to take super long. So this is something that I'm going to get done at the very beginning of my day because it doesn't really take a lot of effort. It doesn't take a lot of brain power. It's something that's just super quick. So go to your Facebook friends list and pick 25 people. The next thing is go to your Instagram, click following, and sort by most recent, and then like to and comment to. So it means like 2 of their pictures and comment on 2 of their pictures, and do that for 25 people. My best advice to you is to set an alarm on your phone for 5 minutes. Give yourself 5 minutes to do this. If you need an extra time, that's fine. But if I just get on there and start, liking people's stuff, commenting on people's stuff, I'm going to be scrolling all the way back. I'm going to be getting distracted. I'm going to be looking at their, people that they tagged and then looking at their pages. I'm going to just get so distracted. So if I give myself 5 minutes, I'm focused. I'm liking 2 of their pictures and I'm commenting on 2 of their pictures. If I'm doing that, then I'm going to stay on task. Okay. So that should not take you long. So it's literally just creating relationships on Instagram, creating relationships on Facebook. The next thing is sharing someone's corporate approved before and after pictures. These are also something that we did on the content planning Zoom. If you search October 11th, you're going to see the post that we have that's before and after posts. Okay. Literally copy and paste those. We have tried to make this as easy for you as possible. So we're literally taking you to the water. All you have to do is drink. Okay. We brought you all the way here. All you got to do is do the work. Okay. So you have the list. Just do it every day. You have your coffee sample posts. No excuses to not make those. You already have your before and after pictures from corporate approved before and afters, and then captions to go with them. Okay. There's no reason you can't post those every single week because we have them for you. Okay. Then the next thing that we're going to do on this list is, and I'm going to share a couple of scripts with you for this, is to message 10 people about the customer option. Okay. So what I do for that is, sorry, I'm like switching back and forth. Hang on one second. I'm going to go back to, I messaged these to myself on Facebook. Okay. So the message that I send to my customers is this, and I send this only on Instagram. Okay. Only on Instagram. And then whenever they reply, you're going to say that. Okay, you can change it up to make it sound a little bit more like you, but I only send that on Instagram, and I'll tell you why in just a second. Because I'm going to show you what I do on Facebook, and that's what I want you to do on Facebook, because I only use host to post on Facebook. I don't do customer messages like that on Facebook. They just don't work as well, and I don't know why, but they just don't. So use that on Facebook and then, or Instagram. And then for Facebook, all I do is I message for host to post, and I will explain that when we get to the host to post, which is the last item for you to do. Okay, so then after that, after you message the 10 people on Instagram, you're using that. So after that, the next step, if y'all see on this task list, it's message 20 people about the opportunity. Okay, so here's a couple of messages that you can send. And if you want to just take these from this chat, feel free to do that. Couple different ideas. So after they host a post for you, if y'all know what host to post is, you should know what host to post is. If you don't, it's probably just because you haven't gotten there in your training yet, but your enroller will teach you what host to post is. But after they put up a post for you, you can say, oh, thank you so much again for posting for me. Not sure if you're interested. Just wanted to throw this out there. You can make your own, extra money, blah, blah, blah. Can I send you info? Okay. So if you are having those people post for you, those 10 host to posts a day, that's your goal, to get 10 people to post for you. And you're responding this to every single person who posts for you, that's 10 of your 20 messages right there. So your other 10 can be people that you see on Facebook that you're like, wow, that girl would be really good at this business. Or it can be people on Instagram that you're like, wow, that person would be really good at this business. So here's another message you can send just to anybody. And then here's another message you can send. And then here's another one that you can send. Okay. And then, okay, that other one is for a customer. So those are the ones that you can send for distributors. So then I'm going to do a recap really quick over what we've gone over. So this is your KPI list. Okay. We've gone over showing yourself making a product, making your personal story, posting that. We're going to set that up ahead of time. Then you go to your Facebook friends list, you pick 25 people, you sort oldest or newest to oldest, and I showed you how to do that. Like and comment on a post. Then go to Instagram, click following, sort by most recent, comment on 2 pictures, like 2 of their pictures for 25 people, set an alarm on your phone so you don't get distracted. And then after that, share someone's corporate approved pictures. We have those on our team page, search October 11th, and then message 10 people about the customer option. I sent you a message that literally, y'all, 10 people, that should take you 10 seconds. You're copying and pasting the same message to people. It's so simple to do, okay? Then message 20 people about the opportunity. That's going to be super simple as well. You're sending pretty much the same idea to every person, and I always like to throw in there why I think that they would be good at this, whether it's because they have a good social media presence, they seem like a nice person, they always are liking all of my stuff, whatever it is. That's what I'll tell them. I'll throw that in there. Then add a minimum of 25 new friends on Instagram or Facebook, and Facebook, so both, from a specific area where you want to grow your business. So what I mean by that, or what they mean by that, is when you go on to your Facebook, one thing that I do is I'll go to like the ads that pop up on my Facebook, like an ad for leggings or an ad for a straightener, or if you're a mom, maybe you have like baby clothing ads, or if you have like, just depends on what it is, like whatever your niche is, maybe you have like cooking, like you like to cook, so you have cooking ads. You know what I'm talking about? The ads that pop up, they're like commercials. Go to the people who loved that ad on your Facebook. They loved it. And then go add people from that. Okay. So I just add 25 people that I think have a really bright profile picture. They don't seem like they're super negative. They don't have that super dark, blurry profile picture. It's bright. It's colorful. They seem really nice. I can tell by going to their profile that they're not in another network marketing company, but I don't sit there and like scroll and dig and analyze everything. I literally just go through and I double check and then I move on. I add, just like that. Okay. I do it really quickly. Same thing for Instagram. I like to go to people from like a show that I watch, like maybe a reality show. So they're not super famous. They're not Kim Kardashian and Justin Bieber famous, but they're like Hannah B famous from The Bachelorette. Okay. That's the type of famous that you want, is like where people know them. They also watch the same show that you do, but they're not super famous where you're going to have a lot of spam fake accounts from countries we're not open in. So when you add people from Instagram, you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to add. Okay. So that's the plan for Instagram and Facebook. Guys, that should literally take you hardly any time at all. 25 people on each, add. That's so easy. And if you're like me and you're like, okay, this gets boring after a while, like just like adding people, here's what I do. Okay. If you need to spice it up a little bit, if your color personality is blue at all, if y'all taking the color personality test, you know you're blue, go set up a little playlist. Like on Spotify, you can queue songs. So queue like 3 or 4 of your favorite songs that you just jam to and play those. And when those are done, you can stop adding people. But just add people while you're just like singing to music, right? Like it's so mindless. Do it. And then 2 songs for Instagram, 2 songs for Facebook. Boom. So flippin' easy. Okay. That's what gets me through it, because I'm like, this is so boring. And if it's boring, I run away. If it's boring, I don't do it. So I know I need to do it. I know I need to add to my network. It's so important. So I make it from a playlist. Okay. So the next one, also, if you get on our power hours, we do that every single morning. So you can jump on our power hours. Will somebody put the power hour schedule in the chat, in the Zoom chat and on the group, the Goal Crushers chat for me? Because power hours are awesome. And if you're able to hop on them at all, definitely do. Okay. The last one before we get to host to post is post your stories on Instagram and Facebook about the coffee samples. We've already gone over that one, how you can do that. And also how you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. There is also a way, if you go to Dare to Be Diamond, which is our team page, if you haven't noticed, everything you could ever possibly need and so much more is in our team page. So please use that as a resource and a tool. Search the word iCloud in Dare to Be Diamond, and you're going to see the iCloud sharing album. And I gave you instructions on how to add that to your homepage on your iPhone. And when you do that, you can literally save pictures that I've put for our story, where you can literally post. You see those things I post on my story if you follow me, where it's like graphics of different things. You can literally get those from that iCloud sharing album and save them and post them on your story. Okay. So then after that, you want to do 10 host to posts 6 days out of 7. So to get your host to post up, I have a whole entire host to post Zoom that I did, but this is the scripts that I want you to use. Okay. I'm going to quickly go over this because we have people that are going to get literally y'all 60 seconds each to share a tip on how y'all, do your schedules and things like that. Okay. So 60 seconds. So get ready. But really quick, what I do is I say, hey girl, I have a question. Okay. This is what I message. This is what I message on Instagram. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. This is what I message on Facebook for host to post. I say, hey girl, I have a question. They respond back. They're like, yeah, what's up? I say this. Okay. Thanks for getting back to me. I was wondering, blah, blah, blah. Then if they say yes, then I send them this with a picture of the side-by-side toilet paper. If you need that, go to my Facebook and scroll down. I did it for one of my host to posts. one of my host to post giveaways. So go get that like before and after, or like the over and under, the different pictures of the toilet paper. So I have them post that because that toilet paper over and under gets so many comments. So whenever people post that for me as the giveaway post, then I will always get so many people to comment on that on their post. Okay. So let's, for example, like I had Chastity posted for me and she said, hey, she's not in the business. Let's pretend. So Chastity posted for me and she just said, somebody I found on Facebook. And she said, I'm partnering with my friend Morgan. She's giving away $500, blah, blah, blah. Toilet paper over under, comment below. Remember, this is our team giveaway. So you're not giving away $500. Our team is doing this as a whole. And then you get to be a part of it. So then after they post that and you have people who comment on that post, they're going to say over, under, whatever. You say, yay, add me as a friend and message me entry to confirm. Okay. Then they message you entry. Those people that message you entry, you're going to send them this. And that is the goal. You want people posting this for you because this is what gets you customers. We don't really care if they want the toilet paper over or under. We're just trying to get people to message us entry so they can add us as a friend and so they can post about the TFX because that's really the goal. But if I had Chastity and everyone else that I messaged and said, hey girl, I have a question, and they all posted TFX, I would run out of people really fast. But by getting Chastity to post a giveaway post for me, I'm getting so many more people that she knows that I never would have met to add me as a friend. I'm growing my network all at the same time. I'm getting new friends to see my posts, and she is posting the giveaway. So now all of her friends are posting about TFX for me. Okay. When those people comment, you're going to say, yay, accept my friend request. And my message to you will pop up. So what I do then is I add those people as a friend. So the people who comment on the over under, the toilet paper, the giveaway post, they add me because there's more of them and I don't want to get blocked. They add me, they message me first. The people who do the Thermofite X, I add them as a friend, and then I go to click the messenger and I type in the information about Thermofite X, which is this. That. And so whenever I send them that, I type it out, but I don't send it yet. When I get the notification that they added me as a friend, then I send that message. Does that make sense? So I wait till we're officially Facebook friends, then I send it through so it doesn't go into a request folder. Okay, so that is the rundown on Host to Post, super flash lightning version of it. There are so many tools and trainings on Host to Post. If you're confused, if you've never learned this, just hang on because this is an overview of what your enroller is going to teach you. If you have learned it and you are totally lost and you've looked at videos on Dare to Be Diamond and on my YouTube channel about Host to Post, go to your enroller and ask them for help. We're always happy to help you. Okay. So if you don't see my post, you didn't scroll down far enough. It's an old post, but you can find the toilet paper there. People usually don't think that it's free whenever I post that. I don't know why. I just don't really get that a whole lot. And whenever if there's someone on the post who asks like what the price is, I'll respond and I'll just say it's super affordable. Add me as a friend or accept my friend request and my message to you will pop up. So now other people can see that and they'll see, oh, it's affordable. So it means it's not expensive, but I do have to pay something. So that's what I kind of do, but I really don't get that very much. It's also the people that post for me too. I have good quality people who post for me, not just anybody. So that's something that's helpful for me. Okay, so really quick, literally lightning round. Talk as fast as you can. Let me just see who's on here really quick. Let me double check before I call them out. Okay, so Emily, I see you on here. Your haircut looks good. I like it. Did you get your haircut?
Yeah, thanks.
It looks really cute. Okay, tell us about so you stay at home. You have 2 kiddos. They're in school part of the time. Sometimes they're not in school, depends on the day. But you have to work around a lot of crazy schedules. So what do you do?
Yeah, so I love being able to stay at home, and I think that the biggest thing that has helped me is probably writing out like everything that I need to do. So I kind of make like a to-do list or like things I need to get done that day. And of course, like working my business, alongside that is like a different task list, but I write down like things I need to get done, say like laundry or dishes, whatever I need to do that day that also keeps me on track for like my life and as a mom and a wife. I like also write that down because I'm the type of person that I guess I need a list to remember, and I also like to mark off the things on the list that I get accomplished.
That is me to a T. Same girl, same. Okay, cool. Thank you. So make a list. If that's you, make a list. Elisa, I don't know if you can hear me or if you're able to. I don't know how your Wi-Fi connection is, but I can unmute you if you can talk. Not sure if you're able to, because I know you're camping.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay.
I don't know how good the Wi-Fi is out here either. Okay, so I am stay-at-home mom and I homeschool 4 of my 5 kids. So life is crazy. My tip is to not stress it, honestly. Like, go with the flow. What I like to do for real is get up in the mornings and I do my self-development, like we were talking about. Make sure you do that first, and then I feed my children, and while they're eating, that's when I get started on my 6 lists and stuff like that. So one thing that I do is I usually put up my host to post post on my page in the mornings, like the comment if you want to be entered, that sort of thing. That way, while I am teaching my kids in their schooling, that post can kind of marinate, and then I'll go back to it at lunchtime and get my host to post up. So while they're eating lunch, I can go in and I can do more of that 6 list, but I just kind of work it in when they're not working. And then we usually finish up homeschool by at least 2 o'clock. So then I have like the rest of the day where I can, go back and answer my host to posts where people have put up those posts too. So just go, like, don't stress it. That is my biggest tip. Is I used to get so mad at myself for not getting everything done before the kids get up. And that is ridiculous. So just do not stress with it. Go with the flow and just do what you can.
And I love that. And I love that you said, like, you just let that post sit there for a second and let some people comment, because here's the deal, guys. You don't have to post something and then sit and wait for comments like this. Like, I hope I don't do that. Like, I get to those comments when I can sink and get to those comments. And if you have host to posts that are blowing up, look at that as such a blessing that you get to go do whatever you need to do for the day. And when you come back, you have people lined up ready to do this business, ready to hear information about your products, ready to post for you. And that's such a cool thing that I get to do this on my own schedule. So, and even right now I have people that I need to respond to for posts, but it's so late. I'm going to wait till in the morning and it's going to be fine. They're going to be here whenever I'm ready. And it's not going to make a difference if it's tonight or if it's tomorrow. So, love that. Don't stress it. Okay. Brooke Van Z, where are you at? Is she still on here? Let me see. Oh yeah, she is. Okay. Hang on. There you go. You just switched pages.
No, you're good. I know. I was trying to follow people because I'm on my phone and I was like, oh, they keep switching. Where are they at? Hi. Yeah. So I'm a stay-at-home mom to my 1-year-old son, who hopefully will be decently quiet during this. I used to teach band, just an FYI. I am actually probably the person that Elisa's talking about in the sense of getting stressed, but I can't reiterate what Morgan said in the beginning about getting up and taking the time for yourself, especially if you are a mom. Obviously, I'm talking to moms in particular. But my best advice would be, particularly to moms, is if you're waiting for your kids to nap to do your work, you're probably not going to be successful. And I say that with the yellowest of a heart, but there's some days that your kids just don't nap. And so I get up at 5 or 6. 6 is usually more reasonable for me. But 5 is great because I can get more done because my son stays up late and sleeps in later, I guess, if that makes sense. And so I get all my stuff done. Like she was saying, I get my personal development. I listen to my sermon or my podcast or whatever. Podcasts are free for all of those of you who are going to say Audible is expensive. I don't want to do it. Podcasts are free. YouTube is free. Do it. Self-development is crucial. But anyways, I get all my stuff done. And someone said something to me the other day. They're like, well, I don't want to set a bad example for my kids and be on my phone all day. LOL. You think I'm on my phone all day, then we need to have a conversation, because that's not the case at all. And I can get my work done. Like Morgan said, she went through that KPI list. It's literally so fast. Yes. Do I have to change a diaper and probably take a little bit longer than some of you that don't have kids? Yes. But I can still get it done probably maybe around a half hour to an hour. And I still take time to play with Granger. I still take time in between stuff. So if it's lunchtime, it's lunchtime for us. I'm not on my phone. I'm taking that time devoted to him. So I'm going over my 60 seconds, but I could go on a whole rant about that.
No, you're good. And I think too, remembering that to give yourself grace, and remembering that whenever people say like, oh, I don't want to be on my phone all the time because of this business, it's hilarious to me because I will hang out with people not in this business, and guess who's on their phone more? Them. They don't even do this business. And I'm like, bro, like I work for my phone and I can put it away because I know how to work smarter, not harder. So I still get all my stuff done, and I am 100% committed. And I think that this is kind of what Brooke's saying too, is like when she's doing her business, she's 100% doing her business. When she is with Granger, she is 100% with Granger, and she's doing stuff with him, not working her business, not doing half and half. When I'm with my family, I'm with my family. I'm not on my phone. If y'all are, in this business with me, like it'll take 1 to 3 business days for Morgan to get back to me because I don't always have my phone. Like I may or may not text you back right away. I'm going to do my best, but I also have my life, and I am going to live that. And I want to set an example for you that you don't have to be glued to your phone 24/7 to be successful. So anyway, okay, last 2 people really quick. You're going to want to stick on because it's going to be really, really good. Tara, go ahead and tell us how you manage your time and your big announcement.
Oh, the big announcement she's talking about is for the last 4 years, I have actually been a college student until last week. It was a big decision and a whole story behind that, but I did start this business when I was in the middle of working full-time as a medical assistant at an urgent care, working 12-hour shifts 3 to 4 days a week, as well as going to school. I was a full-time college student, and it was a lot, but organization is the biggest key. Like we're not even joking when we say about organization. You all see this big, thick planner. This is what I have, and this is what I have to stay organized with. It keeps me with a list of potentials. It keeps me with a list of people that do host to post for the day, so that I can go follow up with those people and say, hey, you were so nice enough to actually put this up for me. I want to offer this discount to you too. And that wasn't something I did in the beginning, and it has changed. It gets me a whole lot more potentials. I have signed a few customers from that. Like, you want to make sure that you're offering this to everybody, not just the people that comment on a host to post. Offer it to the people that make the post for you, but organization will be the biggest key and will probably more than likely make or break you in this business, because don't rely on what's up here, because if you are a busy person and you have so many things, 90 million things going on throughout your day, a person's name is going to slip your mind. So if it's not written down, you will forget them. Done that plenty of times too. So learn from our mistakes. Like that's what we're here to tell you guys. And we're excited to share all of this with you because we know what this business can do. So make sure organization is the key, you guys.
Yeah, and whatever situation you find yourself in, there is somebody who can relate to you and connect with you. So find those people and follow them on social media and be inspired by them. Okay, last but not least, our COVID list, Caitlin. She's officially got tested for COVID today. Does not have it, so it's a big woohoo. Tell us.
Yeah, we love it. We love a COVID list sister. Okay. Okay, so guys, I work full-time. I go to school full-time. I'm getting my master's right now. I am also a licensed cosmetologist, so I do weddings every weekend. I'm also a youth pastor's wife, so that is just a huge part of our life as well. Dog mama, all the things. I like to stay busy. My husband likes to joke that I just keep adding these to my plate. But something that was a game changer for me is, and I think someone actually mentioned it earlier, but doing all of the stuff in the morning, posting, messaging, following up, anything that has to do with me messaging someone, I do it when I get up, and I try to do it before I get to work, because then throughout my day, I'm able to talk about those things or able to message people back. If I had 10 people message me last night about coffee, and then I wait until 6 p.m. the next day when I get home from work, then I'm on the cycle again. Then I never catch up, because then I'm going to sleep and then it's work, and then I can't get caught up. So the biggest thing that helps me is trying to get all of those things done in the morning, and then things like following, liking, commenting, that can be done at any time, and it's not necessarily income producing. So I think just managing your time, and also if you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself, go to your settings, and then go and look and see how much time you spend on your phone each week. And then it breaks it down for you in tiny little things on every app. And if your TikTok app says 7 hours a day, then you probably were not doing TikToks all day. So that's a good check too.
Oh, get them. Okay, awesome. Those are such good tips, guys. Thank y'all so much for stepping in and helping out with that, because we gave you a little bit of every kind of lifestyle, so hopefully you connected to someone on here. And I just wanted to shout y'all out really quick, because I see mamas on here giving baths. I see people, you know, doing dishes, and I see people getting their kids ready for bed, and mamas feeding their babies, and y'all are just making this business a priority in the midst of your crazy lives. And so shout out to you for being on here and making this a priority while you're doing all the things that you normally have to do, and showing people that, hey, you can fit this business into your life no matter what your life looks like, no matter how chaotic it is. Okay, so shout out to y'all, and thank y'all